Well, I worked for the Department of Agriculture for 20 years, state apiarist. I had the opportunity to visit a lot of farms during my inspections of honeybees, and I started seeing people with goats, and I really found that they was interesting. So I thought, when I retire, which I did at the age of 66, which was in 2020, I believe, I decided I wanted to get goats. And I'm too old to start over in like cattle or some bigger animals, and goats is a smaller animal. It's an animal that you can put in the back of a pickup truck. You don't have to have extra equipment, large equipment to deal with goats. Goats, to me, I think is a really pleasant animal. They're real gentle. They come to you easily. Again, it's a new, I think kind of a new thing in West Virginia to a point. There's not really a lot of market or a lot of people doing it, but the market is growing for goats, and they're just an easy animal to tend to. I mean, they're real lovable. If you start paying attention to them, they're going to be nudging around, but they're real courteous too. My farm, I own around 25 to 50 acres according to the deed, and if you look one side of the holler, like Patty Loveless' song, you can hit 3 in the morning, the sun don't stay up very long here, but look, on both sides we're in a hollow. And the thing about this area, it's good for goats because they like brush and hillsides, and of course honeybees likes that stuff too. But it's just you can have a small farm, a small place, and keep goats. They don't have 10 goats per acre would be the limit, and that's with good forage. Personally, I like to look at things on the bad times. If it's real drought or we have bad conditions, I would rather have my land to carry 6 or 7 goats and not be in trouble as I would be running at the end of it. So I want to keep under 10 goats per acre. Meat goats is a higher demand, and these goats is supposedly, again learning, the most resistant goat in all the goat breeds. This is one of the best goats that you could have. Boyers is for, and I'm not downing or somebody getting upset about what I'm saying, but Boyer goats is what kids do in their fairs because they're prettier and they're made a lot different, but they're more susceptible to parasites and diseases and things than these goats. These goats is a tougher goat. I ended up having cancer after I retired. So I ended up having a surgery, and it was pretty rough. And I decided, okay, I want to do goats. So I went and bought 10 goats with no fence, no barn, no anything. 10 baby little girl goats, and had them in a little lot with a little building, and it made me do all of this. So I had to get out and start building all this. I would advise anybody that's wanting to do anything, build your stuff first, then go get your animals, because the pressure was tremendous of trying to get stuff ready. And I have my property broke up in lots to where I can rotate and move stuff around. You see all these gates, I got gates everywhere to where I can move animals around. I can take an animal, put it here, move them to there without trying to separate them again. So I can keep moving groups without getting them intermixed, and then separating them. I would advise you to find you a veterinarian first that will come to a farm, because they are like anything else. You have an animal, you need to make sure it's healthy, and you need to check on it, and everything it needs to be, you need to take care of it. I spend more money on the animals' feed than I do my own self, but they're enjoyable. I mean, I love my animals, so.